Today we'll be talking about unit conversion. In order to do unit conversion, there are two key things to figure out. The first thing is what I call a conversion factor. What this is that if one unit A is equal to x unit B, then we call x the conversion factor. The next key thing to figure out is what I call a multiplier. What this is basically how many units A do you want to convert to unit B? Okay, so we can denote this as y. So with both x and y figured out, you'll be able to do unit conversion. So for example, if you have y unit A, so then what you have is that y unit A is equal to y times 1 unit A. I'm just doing a simple substitution of y here by y is equal to y times 1. Okay, and that's going to be equal to y times 1 unit A. So for example, if I want to convert 5 inches, essentially I want to convert 5 1 inches, because that's essentially what 5 inches are, right? So coming back here to the equation here, so y times 1 unit A, and we already know from the conversion factor that 1 unit A is equal to x unit B. So that's substituting 1 unit A with the x unit B here, that's going to give us y times x unit B. There you go. So we have just converted from unit A to unit B. To convert y unit A, you'll be able to get y times x unit B. All this is looking a little abstract here, so let's go ahead with some examples. Assume we know that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. Okay, so now in our first example, I want us to think about 5 inches is equal to how many centimeters? Okay, so to think about this problem, let's tie it back to what we just talked about here in terms of conversion factor and multiplier. So 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. Tying it back to our definition for conversion factor, 1 unit A is equal to x unit B. So here in our inch to centimeter example, 1 unit A, and this unit A is actually inch here, okay, is equal to 2.54 unit B. And in this case, we're having centimeter here, right? So essentially our conversion factor in this example is x. Right? And then our multiplier is what? So in this particular problem, we want to figure out 5 inches is equal to how many centimeters. So 5 here is our multiplier. So here y is equal to 5. So tying it back to the formula that we have up here, 5 inches is equal to 5 times 1 inch, right? Again, that's because 5 inches is basically 5 1 inches, so 5 times 1 inch. And that's going to be equal to 5 times 2.54 centimeters. And this is just a simple substitution from our basic conversion factor equation here. So if you punch the number into the calculator, you will have 12.7 centimeter. There you go. We have just converted 5 inches into 12.7 centimeters. Okay, so that's our first example. So let's move this up a little bit and keeping our basic conversion factor equation in sight. And let's do another example. 5 centimeters are equal to how many inches? Okay, so how do we think about resolving this particular question? So again, our multiplier here is still 5. We know that this is the number of centimeters we want to convert into inches. So really the key here is figure out what exactly is going to be our conversion factor. Okay, so let's write down our inch to centimeter conversion first here. We have as a given that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. So what I can do is I can divide both sides of the equation by 2.54. So what that's going to give me is that on the left side of the equation, I'm going to have 1 divided by 2.54 inches. And that's going to be equal to 1 centimeter. Okay, so because this is an equation, so it does not matter whether I write things on the left side or the right side of the equation. So I have 1 centimeter is equal to 1 divided by 2.54 inches. There you go. Remind ourselves of the earlier definition we have, which is the conversion factor is basically 1 unit A is equal to how many units B. In this particular case, because we want to convert centimeter into inches, so we have 1 centimeter is equal to 1 divided by 2.54 inches. There you go. And this 1 divided by 2.54 is our conversion factor that converts centimeter into inches. And again, that's going to be our x in the formula that we talked about in the very beginning. So to do the unit conversion, 5 centimeter is equal to x times y. It's going to be 5 times 1 divided by 2.54. And that's going to give us 1.97 inches. So there you go. You just have another example that have converted 1 unit to another. As you can see here, there is something that we have discussed that's pretty interesting. In this particular example, we know that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. And also in the example above, we have 1 centimeter is equal to 1 divided by 2.54 inches. So the conversion factor that converts inch into centimeter is actually the reciprocal of the conversion factor that converts centimeter into inches. And that holds true actually for pretty much all other units in terms of mutual conversion. Basically, if x is the conversion factor that converts unit A to unit B, then the reciprocal of x, basically 1 divided by x, is going to be the conversion factor that converts unit B to unit A. Pretty cool, huh?